Welcome to Deep Thought. Moral ambiguity. Moral ambiguity. You know, I'm going to tell you what is funny. First time I really saw that word, that term in usage was actually with a comic book. It's ironic. That term had never really been discussed, or at least that term. The principles, yeah. But that term had never really been discussed in like the philosophy classes I took in high school. It was a college prep, so took philosophy classes. And also in college. Took some philosophy classes there. Hey, liberal arts education. But ironically, first time I really saw that word, well, the word was morally ambiguous. Was with a comic book. It was called Blood Syndicate. It was about this multicultural street gang with superpowers. And they would rob crack houses, but, you know, unwittingly protect people. So it was like they were just ruthless. You couldn't call them good or bad. They were morally ambiguous. And, you know, and that's generally what it means. It's like, it tends to be is this going for moral order? Like moral order is what people think should happen. In fact, I've talked about moral order programming before. People think things should be a certain way. And shoot, that's a separate video, so I don't want to get too much into that. But when somebody does something, you question the morality of it. But it can be ambiguous because it depends on the situation. It's the fox in the hen house analogy that I like to use. A fox in the hen house is a good thing for the fox, but bad for the hen. And then on the other side, if the fox is prevented from getting into that hen house, it's good for the hen. So it's along those lines, but moral ambiguity means, is this good or bad, whatever, or just necessary? And it could also refer to someone's methods. Are they doing something? Is it really a good thing? You know? Like, here's a great example of moral ambiguity. Someone killing criminals in the neighborhood, a vigilante. A vigilante, that would be a great thing to actually kill people. Not the comic book type that, you know, just beats them up and leave them for the police and everything. Oh no, we're not gonna kill, please. You actually might get some people who will kill someone who is actually causing trouble, a criminal. But that's morally ambiguous because you say, well, wait a minute. You are really committing a crime because just casually killing someone, because even police can't just shoot somebody. Even they do, but you know, talking with police, they get their guns taken away, they get into a lot of trouble. They got to go through a lot. But say you have a vigilante that's killing actual criminals, you know, like you get in some of these movies and everything, that's morally ambiguous. You say, well, wait a minute. They're using an illegal method, a wrong method, taking their lives, murder, they commit murder. But to stop this person or persons who are doing something that is harming even more people, and you just be like, wait a minute, hold up. You got one person doing wrong, but are they doing something for the greater good? And let me use that word, greater good. Is it ambiguous? That's a great moral ambiguity. Ambiguity. My one word is in my title. I'm gonna trip over it. I just do that. That's me. One of my idiosyncrasies. Anyway, right? Think about it. Okay, you got a drug dealer. You got a drug dealer or a killer or a rapist or a child molester in the area. Blatant. And they hurting many people. So somebody get together and say, we're going to put a bullet in them. Now, you'll say, well, it was wrong. And they will probably be arrested and everything. They probably get good support and everything, but it was wrong. You can't just kill a person. You got to go through a legal process, right? Okay. But, right, they are stopping someone from doing even greater harm. I want y'all to think about that because, you know, this is deep thought. Think about it. You know, you could say, well, it's wrong. You can't kill someone. But hold up, hold up. You killing someone who has molested several children in the neighborhood. Or you killing someone who has raped several women. Or you killing someone who is selling drugs that has messed up several families. Think about it. That can be morally ambiguous. You doing something for the greater good, which is saving a lot of lives, but you committing an act that in itself would be morally seen as evil. I want y'all to think about that. It's like, wait a minute. Now, many would just say, well, you know, it's the greater good. But then somebody say, well, hold up. Are you violating the greater good by attacking, are you violating the greater good, which is overall peace, no murder and everything, by going after this one person? Well, this person rather has still committed a crime, still committed evil. And wouldn't it be better just to stop them from doing it and just go through the regular means? It's an interesting thought. Once again, it all comes down to the fox in the hen house. What side of the fence are you on? And there's many such situations like that. There's many such situations when you have a lot. I don't want to get too deep into it because it would create a whole other conversation. When you have different groups who have different agendas going against each other. And it's always like that. Which one are you, the fox or the hen? You know? It's interesting. And it's ambiguous. It really is ambiguous. You just like, well, they're doing something bad to stop a greater evil. Or is it evil to begin with? Is it evil to begin with? You know, like let me use a drug dealer example. You know, in many states, a decade ago, someone would have got arrested for selling marijuana. Think about it, somebody would have got arrested. Now, they might get Business Person of the Year. Or it's like, wait a minute, hold up. Because then you start thinking about, well, who's the laws? You know, who's it really affecting? You start thinking about stuff. It was like, is that good or is that bad? And I'm going to tell you what, it's something to think about because you can't have a definitive answer on something like that. It depends whether you're the fox or the hen. Seriously, it depends. It depends where are you. Because, okay, like in any society, you have a dominant group who, you know, through a combination of maybe their numbers, their power, financial power, will make laws. Because there are many who believe, I use the example of marijuana, but many believe, which the laws had already, you know, had been against for a long time. But then, why were the laws there to begin with? Why were the laws, was it totally a moral thing? Or it was just in someone's interest to limit people using the substances? You know, it's always something to think about, who's benefiting from something. So, I want y'all to, it's just something to think about. There's no right or wrong answer in it, however you think about it. I want to get y'all to thinking. And there's no, like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's no right or wrong answer. Now, you might think there is, but then somebody else will think something else. All we can give is our personal view on it. But it's still something to think about. So, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with you. Think on this. Peace and blessings.